What's up, y'all? It's Far Gas here, and welcome to the Caffeinated and Overclocked podcast. I've got my co-host here of Frugan. How are you doing, buddy?
Doing great after these last few weeks of being teased and being having somebody being very cryptic, which I'm thankful you were cryptic about. I'm doing great after the news we got today. I'm excited. I very much glad to be back into Fallout 76.
So, if you don't know, today's episode, we are, Tiny, talking a little bit about Borderlands 4 and the new Vault Hunter. But the main thing that we want to talk about today is the new biggest update to Fallout 76 since the Wastelanders DLC Burning Spring. And for those of you who do not know, a little disclosure, I was invited up to New York City and by Bethesda. They took care of the hotel, they took care of the flight, and I got to test the new update early. We got to record for 30 minutes and we got to play for 2 hours. But during that session, I also got to sit down with John Rush and Bill Lacoste and do an interview where we basically do what we do here and just have a conversation and talk about the update, the community, and everything going on in Fallout 76. So, look, I have been embargoed for the past few weeks, and I am so happy to now be able to sit here and talk about the update, everything we know, any questions that a Frugan might have, and pretty much just talk a little bit. But
before we do that, though,
are we doing the new Vault Hunter?
We're doing the new Vault Hunter
Okay.
first. I feel like we can talk longer about it. And
it's Cash. Okay, next
Cash.
topic. He's a gambling fool. Kind of reminds me of Gambit. He kind of basically Gambit with the cards, and like
his skills are very based on luck. Gonna be interesting. He looks very, very cool.
I'm very excited to see what his entire skill lineup, his entire like craft is going to wind up being, because at the end of the day, my Lanta does his character model look cool. Like, his character model looks cool. I just realized I looked very short in my scene because I had to change my entire layout. So, and also I have this.
I mean, you were already short, very short anyway. So
I have this desk behind me that used to be on the other side. I'm doing a floor remodel at the house, so everything's a little bit chaotic, and my connection for some reason when we run this bridge is like slowing down. So I'm not going to reset it like I did last episode. We're just going to figure something out. I don't know what's going on with this, but yeah, it looks absolutely amazing. I love the look of Cash. I'm very excited to see what they do. Also, the new buff system, the new buffs are about to come in, I think tomorrow. And Amon,
everybody's getting buffed.
Everybody,
that's massive buffs.
I thought that everybody was going to get a bit of a nerf, but Amon was going to get a buff. But everybody, they didn't nerf the knife. They're not nerfing the songbird. They're not nerfing anything right now. But oh my God, everybody's getting a buff. I'm super excited to see what.
The key word right there is right now.
Oh yeah, no, they already said they're going to. They said they're going to, just not right now.
That songbird absolutely needs to get nerfed.
Yeah, everything. I get it. It's about power level and it's about doing the most damage ever. But come on, there's some bugs in the game that things aren't acting the way they should, and I'm just saying I haven't utilized any of those bugs, but I've seen them, and my God, I want the game to be challenging. We're slowly making our way through Ultimate Vault Hunter mode. Currently, we're on 2. We did get to level 50 before we beat the game.
What?
We got to level 50 before we beat the game. I think we were like 45 hours into the story before we beat the game. And now we're right there at around 60 hours in the game, just basically just farming up legendaries and trying to get the build that we want to. And this man pulled the like class mod for Rafa that I was looking for out of a vending machine after we sat there and ran Idolater Soul for about an hour, and his like changing of immunity was absolutely crazy. It's irritating as all hell get
Very.
out. And then just like instant, we're like, I'm tired of this. We fast travel out. He gets the class mod. I'm just like, I can't say the words that I said, but I said it. And yes,
You mother.
yep, exactly. Pretty much. But yeah, so like, I'm excited for this like buff. I'm excited to see what cash is going to be like, and I'm just super excited. I'm having fun with Borderlands 4. I'm sorry for everybody that's having problems. Knock on wood, I have not had problems as of yet, and hopefully it continues like that exactly. But all right, now that we've got Borderlands 4 out of the way for Tiny, because we would not talk about Borderlands 4 if it wasn't for Tiny.
Tiny
loving,
enjoys Borderlands 4.
Loving
If
Borderlands
we didn't,
4.
he would be missing it.
He'd riot. He would riot, and it would be a bad time. But now, let's talk about Fallout 76 and the Burning Springs update, which is going to be bringing in a map expansion.
And not just any map expansion, not just a map expansion, but a massive map expansion. And not only that, what else are we getting in this?
We're going to Ohio. I can't believe I'm excited that I'm going to Ohio. I can't believe I can't.
Running gag between me and my buddy Sefi is Ohio's not real. Ohio doesn't exist.
Hey, here's the great thing. The great thing about Ohio in Fallout 76 is it looks exactly like Ohio does in my head canon. Just a blank desert. No, I'm just kidding. I will say I do like Ohio. The memes are going to write themselves. But, dude, are you a fan of the Fallout TV show? Did you like that? Just a smidge.
Just a little bit. Just a smidge.
Did you like Walton Goggins as the ghoul?
I love him as the ghoul. I love him in most just about anything he does.
Like the Shield, like the Shield and Justified. Back in the day, the Shield was the first time that I ever got introduced to Walton Goggins. Like that was my first introduction.
I don't think I've ever seen the Shield.
So, the Shield was a cop show. You remember the Fantastic Four from the early 2000s, the good Fantastic Four? The Thing. I can't remember his name, bald-headed guy. He was like the main cop in that, and Walton Goggins was like another cop in there. Like it's a good show, dirty cops and all. Like it was a really good show. It's definitely one early 2000s that you should definitely go check out for early Goggins work. But do you like Jason Mewes?
I love Jason Mewes.
Yeah, he plays Mort. Some people don't know that Jason Mewes plays Mort in Fallout 76 when you go into the Wayward and you're talking to Duchess and Mort tries to get you to like build your camp. That's Jason Mewes. And a lot of people don't know that. But
see, you told me that last night and I was thinking about it. I was like, I felt like you've told me this before. I feel like you have, but it blows my mind. It makes more sense. The mannerisms.
October the 1st, 2025, a Frugan admits that he doesn't listen to me half the time, but that's okay. That's what relationships are all about. We just go to counseling for that, but that's okay. That's all right.
Our counseling is
Borderlands
playing
4
mess around games and in Borderlands 4 and
just yelling,
taking the locust thing.
Playing chicken with the locust, just being like, who's gonna move first? Who's gonna do it? You remember the first time this cost us 10 million cash to respawn. But yeah, so like Walton Goggins is going to be voicing the ghoul in the new update. That's right. The ghoul, for some reason, is looking for something or someone in Ohio. And they are bringing the ghoul, voiced by Walton Goggins, into Fallout 76.
Which is insane to me. Because ever since the show came out, that is something people have asked for since day one, since they were first introduced to him. That has been something everybody's wanted.
Dude, that's...
And the fact that they want... Because didn't we get the ghoul outfit?
We have like the pawn shop and everything. And I do believe we have the ghoul outfit that was in the atomic shop. I'd have to go through and look just to clarify and make sure.
It's like I'm pretty sure we got the
And
ghoul outfit.
I'm pretty sure we do.
But
And
the
I'm
fact
pretty
that
sure
now
it'll
we're
come back.
getting. Oh,
Oh yeah, it'll come back in the. It'll come back. Oh yeah, it'll come
Yeah.
back in the atomic shop for sure when this update happens.
absolutely.
If we don't already have it, it's definitely coming back. But like, but yeah, so we have a lot of stuff. And actually, yeah, now that you mention it, I do remember doing a build around like that.
the ghoul.
Yeah. So
I think we also get the Lucy's.
we have the Vault
Vault suit?
30. We have the Vault 33 outfit. We have the Vault Tech like vault suit. We do have that. That was given away for free during the season, and it came back around and got given away for free. So, and I'm gonna be real. I've seen some discourse on the internet today. Discourse on the internet. Say it ain't so. There's no way, Mr. Potter. But like people are talking about how like what's the goal? They're just breaking the timeline. It's people forget how early on in the timeline Fallout 76 is. Fallout 76 is the earliest. They're like Fallout 76, the reclamation day is 25 years after the bomb drop. It's that early on, and I love that they did it this way because they have so much freedom to do whatever the absolute that they want. They could do whatever.
What's the next in the timeline for that?
I would have to pull up a list because I don't have that as common knowledge in my cranium right now because I have so many other things in my head right now, especially with this friggin' update. There's so much stuff going on in my head. So let me see. I hate when Google does not give me the actual thing that I am wanting. Chronological order of Fallout media. Thank you very kindly. So you have Fallout 76 took place 2102 to 2105. Then you have the first Fallout that happened in Southern California in 2161. Then Tactics 2, 3, New Vegas 4, and then the TV series happened. So yes.
So I mean, we have a lot of.
There's a lot of time between Fallout 76 and the first. Then the first Fallout is 56 years roughly 56, 59 years. But the
less than 59 years. 59
so
years.
Fallout 76 to the TV show though, if you go with just like 2102,
220.
no, it's 194 years.
Almost 200 years. You know, there's a lot of time frame in between that.
And that's my big thing is because like people forget how early 76 is set, and that is one of the smartest decisions that like they did in setting it so early that they don't have to canonize anything from 76.
No,
it could be a virtual reality for all we know. It could be a dream.
It's the animus inside Assassin's Creed again, okay?
Well, no, there's a theory that nothing is real. And so back in the day, this was taken out like maybe 6 or 8 months ago. There were some dream machines that when you were in the PTS, you could go through a couple of doors and you could access a room that nobody was supposed to see. It was just like basically so they built out the vault. They built out Vault 76 like people were actually going to be exploring inside of the vault. Even though nobody was going to have access to these, but behind a closed door, there was dream machines. So the running theory, because those dream machines were put there and somebody found them like 4 or 5 something years ago, whatever it was, that nothing is real and that all of this was just a Vault Tech experiment to make us think that we are actually out and about in Appalachia.
Huh.
So and even on one of the walls it says nothing is real. Like nothing is real is written a few times in the game itself from characters. And it's a rabbit hole of a theory to go down.
Yeah.
I think it's real. I think everything happening in Fallout 76 is real, and I think it's going to be somehow canonized into a story of what is going on. But I gotta say, I'm a fan of them bringing the TV show and 76 together.
Yes,
I'm absolutely a fan with that.
I mean, like I said, the only what I was gonna say was the only concern I would have about that is how long do ghouls technically live?
Forever. I mean, think about Billy trapped inside of the refrigerator in Fallout 4. He lived
True.
for many, many years. I mean, like, I
Yeah.
think he said he was in there. Like, now it could be just a kid being a kid, but he'd been in there a while. No food, no water, no nothing like that. So, I mean, though it does throw into a weirdness of like how he didn't turn feral and such. And so there's a lot of questions in Billy's story. And I'm not saying that kids lie, but I'm just saying that maybe the whole truth wasn't told in that story. But, you know, it's one of those things that I mean, there's pre-war ghouls. I mean, think about the great game that was played. That's a pre-war ghoul. And they're still around in New Vegas. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure as long as their life isn't ended by a beheading or like maybe a shot to the heart or something like that, and you're too late. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Because
That makes, that makes sense.
I mean, if you, I'm not saying anybody would nuke Megaton, but then if you nuke Megaton, you can find Moira Brown hanging out with the ghouls in her ghoulified form. So there's a way she could hear and see remnants of her Wasteland Survival Guide, even in the Fallout TV show, because that was in there as well. But yeah, like there's a lot of things. Like, ghouls are going to last pretty much indefinitely, I think. I guess just the question is can they hold off and stave off being feral is a bigger thing. But as far as this update goes, we have new factions, which is very exciting.
And I told you earlier about this, and I'm very excited for this man. This man is terrifying.
Dude, the Rust King. The Rust
Rust
King.
King is
And I don't
so
know.
terrifying.
I haven't been able to find out who voices the Rust King. But
He reminds me
hello,
of
children.
the voice actor of Kratos from God of War 2016.
Are you talking about Teal from Stargate? Is that who you're talking about? Tall black guy? Yeah. I don't remember his name either. I just know him as Teal'c. I look, when I see somebody for the first time in a TV show or a movie, that is their name from now on. You can call me Roanoke Gaming because it's the exact same.
Oh, it is okay. I was gonna say this, but I wasn't sure if I was right. Christopher Judge.
Okay, yeah. Captain who got told to get off the stage because he was talking too long, and then absolutely wrecked him the next year. And I was like, "Let's go!" But yeah, he kind of does sound. It kind of does sound like that. It
reminded me of that, but I don't know. His voice sounds very familiar, but he is menacing. He is terrifying. An intelligent super mutant with Raider attributes.
Here's the biggest thing about that, because as we know with like intelligent super mutants, they tend to lose that bit of like raw like killing. They're more scientific. They're more calculated. Mm-hmm. This dude is like, no, I'm smart, but I will kill you. I mean, and it's just, I am so excited. And even Carl in the developer talk today said he's cool, isn't he? Maybe we'll see him more in the future of Fallout 76. I don't know. He's just a cool character, right? So
I feel like him saying that we're going to see more developing with this story after this update.
So Carl is the one that actually went to Skyline Valley in Shenandoah. He was the one that he was the one that went down there, took a bunch of pictures to see what the place looks like to give reference. So I can only imagine what like the team has planned, because I think a year and 2 months ago, I sent this to another creator that was sitting there like at the event with me, and I was like, wait, there's something that they gave us a bundle in the Atomic Shop. I was like, why do I have this Rad Hog already in my display? So I went through all of my Atomic Shop videos, and I was just scrubbing through. The Lookout bundle came out a year and 2 months ago on Fallout 76. What did it have in it? A mounted Rad Hog. And wow.
It's crazy that they teased that that long ago and already
And there-
were anticipating that.
And here's the thing: there was somebody that posted on Reddit a while back. Tonic sent this message to me the other day because we were sitting there talking, and he goes, "You know, this popped up on Reddit a while back, and I didn't think anything about it, and this just popped into my head, and it sent to me." And somebody on Reddit goes, "Why do I have a PTS banner that says Burning Springs? What is the Burning Springs?" So this was like I think like a year ago when this happened, and nobody called it. Nobody like latched onto it. It was just like we don't know, and everybody forgot about it. The common knowledge just absolutely forgot about it, and I'm like, and people think they just pull this stuff right out of their ass. Nope. They don't pull it out. It is genuinely years and years that they think on this type of stuff, which is absolutely nuts.
It's nuts that for that, and the fact that who knows what the heck they're sitting on right now with what they want to do in the game.
Exactly. No,
if they were teasing this over a year ago, could you imagine what they have planned for the future already?
So the thing is, you got to think about it. They had the ghoul, like, right there. And like when in the interview, John Rush that I did was talking about how you see Kyle MacLachlan going to New Vegas and like that like skull with New Vegas with a death claw, and he's like, we started thinking, what can we do? We have this. We could go to the Capital Wasteland, you know. We could see that. But we could also go to Ohio, and Ohio is a dangerous place. So, dude, I'm not even going to lie. During that interview, I was nerding out, and I was having the time of my life talking to Rush and Bill Lacoste. Dude, the wealth of knowledge.
You look like it.
The wealth of knowledge.
I can see you wanting to tap your foot in that video. You were just like, oh my God, I just want to nerd out here.
Dude,
I can't.
I'm so glad. Look, I swear to God, I'm so glad that my brain before the trip went, you know, you should take a composition notebook with you and write all these questions down, because that was my fidget device during that interview. You couldn't see my right hand thumb just sitting there rubbing the daggum composition book, just like, I'm freaking out because I had no idea. I genuinely had no idea that was going to be Rush and Bill. I thought maybe one or the other, and then that was kind of be how I tailored my questions, because they work on two different like sides of 76. So like I had questions for Bill, I had questions for John, and it was both of them. I'm like,
oh,
okay.
Oh,
you know that SNL skit where they get to work at basically what the ripoff of Chuck E. Cheese is, and they're like, the lady goes and gets, it's like, oh my God, we're really working. That was pretty much me, except without the head explosion. I'm just like, oh my God, this is real. Like,
oh my God, this is real life.
And so like I had watched, Tier's interview from the Ghoul event that he did, and Tier was sitting off camera, and like Rush was in camera, and I'm like, okay, I'm probably going to be off camera, that way they're in the main focus. I walk in, John's standing there, Bill's standing there. I look over, there's their chairs, there's the backdrop, and there's a chair sitting right across from them. And I'm like, so I'm going to be on camera. I'm really glad that I'm used to streaming right now, because this would be very awkward if I had not done a face reveal as of yet. This would be very, very weird. I was so nervous, Frugan, I forgot to do an intro.
Yeah, I kind of noticed.
I forgot to do an intro, because I just looked over at him. I was like, well, this is my first interview, and I am very, very nervous right now. All right, so I guess let's kick it off. You want to start, John? And then we'll go over to you, Bill. And go. And I'm like, I'm just going to cut the intro, because instantly when I said that, I'm like, well, I can't back up and do the intro now. We're just full speed ahead. I'm doing an intro when I get back to Georgia, and I had to pull out my fancy Fat Electrician fancy tuxedo t-shirt tank top that I like so much.
Absolutely.
I swear, dude, I love
definitely worth it. But I mean, you looked like you had a great time. I could tell the nerves. I could see you wanting to tap your foot
Oh,
and
dude, it was great.
move
Oh,
around. But dude, it was good. I'm glad that you were able to interview John Rush and Bill Lacoste.
dude, it's
Hopefully, who knows what the future holds for you or for us in that matter.
dude, that's the thing about it with opportunities like this. The way I like to go into situations is I make memories because it's a once in a lifetime. Like I went to the Xbox showcase in 2024. And they canceled the in-person event this year, so I was like, "Oh my guys, I'm so thankful." Like I was so thankful then that I went, and now I'm so thankful that I went because I'm like, will they ever have an in-person showcase again? I don't. They
Mhm.
probably will, but it's a once in a lifetime event, and like things like that just make me so excited to be invited and to make memories. Like Kyle, like Mrs. Fallout's husband, him and me, like as soon as we saw each other, gave each other a hug. You know, I got to hang out with Nywall and a bunch of folks like Juicehead and Tunnel Snakes and a lot of people that I hadn't met like as of yet, but like Addiction Gaming was there, and I've talked to her many a moons like for years now, but I've never like stood in front of her and talked and shook her hand or anything like that. So it's like you make memories because you never know when this is ever going to happen again or
Mhm.
if this is ever going to happen again, and I really do look forward to see what the future holds, for 76 and like covering content and just having fun. And then who knows, like if this podcast takes off in the future, maybe we can actually start going to events together and be like, hey, what's up, how we doing today, what's
Yeah.
going on? But dude, I'm gonna tell you, I think honestly I do believe, and I'll echo what I said in the interview. I do believe this update is good for
Mhm.
people who are just starting out to Fallout 76, and I think this update is going to be great for people who have been playing for 7 years because it's a new
It
area.
has a lot of content. I
And
mean, you got the new area, new events, bounties.
here's the thing too. Skyline Valley was great, but the one big thing that people talked about is there's not a lot there. Like there wasn't a lot of locations for you to explore, and I think this update, don't quote me, I think it's either 24 or 25 places, but it's 20 to 25 places of new locations for you to explore in Ohio with this Burning Springs update. And there is some bad news for players. There is some bad news. If you're a fan of Milepost Zero, I don't think it's going to be around. I don't think it was confirmed or anything as of yet, but during the playtest, a lot of creators shared footage. That way, we would all make sure that we had footage because you only have 30 minutes to record. So I was sitting there, I was like, hey, if anybody wants my footage, just let me know. I'll make a Google Drive and we can all share it. I'll send it to you on Discord, Twitter, whatever you want it as. I don't really care. And then there was like 10 or 12 of us that like shared all of our footage that we got. And I was going through footage and I noticed that there were plans from Milepost Zero, and somebody had asked a question of like, I saw this character in there. Were they supposed to be in there? And the answer was yes. So I know caravans have had a problem, and I don't know if caravans might move over to like Ohio, or maybe caravans are just done, and maybe the new way that players are going to get like the V63 carbine and stuff like that plan is just with caps at these vendors and stuff like that, which then you have to wonder what's going to happen with the supplies. And maybe this is a good time if you want like if they're getting rid of supplies, maybe this is a good time to max out so you can have 1,000 supplies and have a piece of legacy history that nobody can earn again. Like, I
Yeah.
don't nothing's confirmed or denied as of yet because it's one of those that the news just dropped. And like I said, we only had 2 hours at this, but my feeling, and I watched the developer bit today, but I watched it on like 1.5 almost, and I don't remember it being in there. Do you remember anything about Milepost Zero being said?
They didn't say anything about
Okay.
Milepost Zero.
Okay.
They mainly talked about Ohio, the new
Right.
faction, the new events, the bounties,
Yeah, because
of course the ghoul.
because
Because
I don't remember hearing anything about that. But that's my big
mm-mm.
thing, is that just from what I saw, like on player like stuff, if it's
I
going to be
mean,
like that.
we can also see in the PTS that's coming up.
Oh
And
yeah, October 2nd.
when this comes out, when this podcast comes out,
PTS will be probably. It's
Comes
not
out
gonna
the same day.
It's not gonna be live.
The same
It's-
day. The
yeah,
same
it's-
day. I didn't
unless
say
you're
live,
watching it
it's the
late in the
same
day. Unless you're watching it late in the day or the next day, it'll be live.
Yeah. But October
I'm
2nd, the PTS, we could check
Yeah.
then and see who we don't know what's going to be in there.
But as a reminder, just because it's in the PTS, children, just because it's in the PTS does not mean that it's going to be in the public service. And this is your host, a 3Dog, reminding you, children, to stay cool and don't feed the Yaogua. But yeah, no, just because it's in the PTS doesn't mean that it's going to be in the public server. It's like a beta. What we did was alpha footage. And alpha coverage, and then the PTS is beta, and then the live service is going to, of course, to be live. So we'll have to see what actually goes on in the future with it. But yeah, I'm super excited to jump in to the PTS. I have taken the day off to help tear up some subfloor and replace the subfloor, but you know, it's crazy. It's just happenstance that the PTS comes out tomorrow too.
Crazy. Well,
Listen, I can't. They're gonna be hammering and stuff in my living room, and look, you can hear the dogs bark in the living room. So there's no way on God's green earth that I'm getting any video recorded while they're doing that. But yeah, I'm super excited for this. We've got
I'm ready.
We've got bounties, and look, and the good thing is about bounties, like if they do get rid, all right. So say worst case scenario, they do get rid of caravans. There is something called a headhunt that you can like claim, and you can get it's like a public event, so anybody that's around can take part in that, and it does count. It should, well, I'm not going to say it does. It should count as a public event for just like caravans. So, and a lot of people are going to be doing those, so that should be the replacement of caravans if they get rid of that. But there are 2 new events. We didn't get to take part in the new events. They like didn't pop up, they didn't pop up while I was playing, but my time playing was like so scattered because of the interview and doing stuff like that. But yeah, it's one of those. There's 2 new events. There's a lot of new plans. It looks like they're bringing in new legendaries for the ghoul and for the human race. None of that is confirmed as what they are yet, but we even had the questions like, hey, this one doesn't have a name, but it looks like it's for the ghoul. And Bill made the joke, I can't tell you what my favorite one is. I can't tell you what the name of it is, because when I tell you what the name of it is, it's going to be cut anyways. So I'm not going to tell you the name. I'm not going to tell you which ones I like the most, because then it'll be cut and they just won't make it in. But we do have new fishing coming. And the team is looking at I'm super excited for Snaxolotls. New local legends. Local legend.
Legend.
Yeah, because
they did correct that
because Bill said he liked a local legend. That's going to be the canonized thing from the developer bit today. That Bill said he liked one, so they were going to have 2, but now they only have 1. So. Yep. But yeah, like I'm super excited for this update, and I cannot wait to see what players think as soon as we can get in there, test it. Of course, if you want to take part in the PTS, you need a Steam account in Fallout 76. So if you don't already have that, make sure to get one of those if you can. And also, you get a cool little banner that you can hang up, and that banner does go on your Bethesda account. So even if you main Xbox or PlayStation, you will have that on your Bethesda account. So you can put that up on a wall or wherever now with the new building update. You can just hang it willy-nilly anywhere in the atmosphere as long as it is inside of your camp bundle or bubble. But is there anything before we close this off that you want to like talk about, discuss about, or anything like that?
I'm with you when you said that this might be the first animal to tame, but the rat hogs.
Oh, dude, yeah, the rat hogs. Yeah, we have a new animal coming in that you can tame.
So I might be doing that. But other than that, no, I think we've just about covered it. I'm excited to get into it.
Deathclaws have
test
armor.
It out and yeah, Deathclaws have armor.
There's have a
Deathclaw tamers. Didn't Carl say something about
shoot them?
Shoot up the tamer first and then see what happens.
I can only imagine the outrage, and like maybe it's like when you shoot a badass in Borderlands, it like changes phases or something, like becomes enraged or something like that. I'll have to test it out for sure.
Oh, I'm definitely testing it out tomorrow. Oh, believe you and me.
Absolutely. And I'm going
to have some fun with it.
I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do after this podcast. After you tell me what you're going to do after this podcast ends. Are you going to go play Borderlands? Is that what you're going to go do?
I'm gonna do some Borderlands, but I'm
Oh,
also
see, I knew
going
it.
to
I knew
make
it.
sure all my schoolwork is done. Cause I think I don't have anything due till
Oh, such a
Sunday,
good,
but I just
such
want to
a
verify that.
such a good boy getting his schoolwork done. Oh, don't you know there? You're such a good boy. I'm gonna work
But
on
I
a.
also may play 76 because I do want to get my scoreboard done.
I
Cause
gotta get my dailies
I'm
done.
not like other people, and my scoreboard is done already.
What? I'm not at rank 152. What are you talking about? That's crazy talk. If I was already
Lies
that,
and
dude.
slander.
Come join us at the start of the new seasons. We have rank 100 done in the first like 4 to 5 days.
I wasn't playing at the beginning of this
I
season.
know
I
you're
just
not,
started
but I'm
back
just
with.
saying. I'm saying like in the new season, we have a whole group that runs raids. There's
I know.
like we sit in a Discord, like, and we're all just like talking, trying to race each other, trying to see which group gets done with the raid first, and then it's like ha ha, it's the Ralph. But so I'll tell you what I'm
That's
doing.
Nelson.
Nelson.
Nelson. Sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I haven't watched Simpsons in quite some time. I'm sorry. But I do my dailies. But I'm about to go work on a theory video. You see, I made a guest video before I went to the New York event, and there's something that was in the B-roll assets, the baskets that we have.
Mm-hmm.
It's an enclave vertibird.
I want more. I want more enclave stuff.
And guess what? I didn't really pay any attention to. There's a cage that's in the water. And Ken and I were talking. And he's like, which way is it coming from? Crazy. Wonder which way it's coming. Because either it came from an oil rig, or B, it came from the East Coast and they may be visiting. But let me ask you this question. As me and Ian were having a conversation, who was working on FEV and Super Mutants before the bombs dropped? The U.S. military.
Mm-hmm.
What were they testing on? Humans and animals. And how do you think a person could have such a tolerance for violence if maybe they chose prisoners to test the FEV on? And how do you think somebody could be transported and maybe something happened, like it got shot out of the sky by a raider, or maybe there was something going on and that new person named the Rust King was actually in that cage, and that's how they got to Ohio. So I'm going to be working on a few theories before the
That's
PTS.
not just a theory.
That's a game.
A gassy theory.
No. That is a culmination theory of conversations with creators, because that's one thing I love about the Fallout universe. And by the way, welcome. If you stuck around this long into the podcast, you now know, holy crap, Fallout creators talk to each other. Like we don't gatekeep any information between each other. We talk to each other about a lot of theories.
Hold on. The good ones. There's certain ones that do gatekeep theories and don't. I don't
know. I don't talk about anybody else. I only say we all do good things. I don't know which one's gatekeep or don't gatekeep.
There's always some bad eggs. I don't know who the bad.
There always
eggs.
There's
there
always
are bad eggs.
There are always going to be bad eggs in
the people that we associate with.
Yeah, like
share information and are friendly.
Like Ken from Fallout for Hope is the one that I was having that conversation with about the vertibird, and Ian Nywall is the one that I was having the conversation with about the cage. But yeah, like all the folks that I associate with, like we all share information, and it's one of those, a high tide raises all ships. But yeah, so that's what I'm going to be doing. I have a little bit left of my energy drink, and I want to make a highly caffeinated little, like, what I want to do is what I know, what are my thoughts, because guess what is in Ohio? The Grassman. And what is the Grassman? Grassman is basically a Bigfoot variant. He is a cryptid that was first seen in Minerva, Ohio.
Did we ever? Did they? We're getting a new cryptid then?
We might be. We might
now. Okay, now you make me want to think. Go look at Ohioans, Ohio cryptids, whatever, cryptids in Ohio, and look to see if potentially we can get anything else besides the Grassman.
You see, you want to know why I kind of think we might be getting the Grass Man. This is
Why
another
is
part.
that?
This is another part of that video because John Rush likes to talk in riddles. And
Yes, that
during
man is
the
very
PowerPoint
riddly.
presentation that we had, he said, "Look at all these cultists that are dead across the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
They worship the Mothman. Maybe they should have worshipped somebody else, like Bigfoot." But onto this next slide, and just kept going. Never missed a beat. Didn't wait a half a second for anybody to process. And in my little composition notebook, I wrote down Grassman, Bigfoot, and underlined it.
Because even Ken mentioned that in his video
Uh-huh.
about the cultists crossing the bridge and they're all dead and everything, and it really caught my eye then about it.
Yeah. If there's Bethesda speaks in riddles, and it's absolutely amazing. Because here's the thing.
Oh, my brain
They-
hurts now.
They speak in riddles. So what you need to do if you really want to deep dive into like guessing what is coming. Like why
Go watch old interviews.
watch you like
with
that's the
John
thing.
Rush.
So like with that guest video that I did, I have over 4,000 hours in this game. You watch old interviews, you watch the AMAs, you listen to what they talk about. That's it. That's all you have to do. And then you have the game knowledge, but they will sprinkle little things that are hidden in plain sight.
I'm hoping that at some point, one of John Rush's, he said this interview before, one of the weapons that he wants. And I'm hoping that we get some new cool weapons. I know they said that doing some of the challenges will net you a really cool, valuable weapon, but they didn't mention what that weapon is. And I'm really hoping there's some really cool stuff they introduce.
So I'm not going to repeat this, but I do believe I know what that weapon is. Because it was something that was said, and I can't repeat it because it was just in passing, and I don't want to say it to ruin the surprise. But I'm going to tell you.
Fair enough.
But I'm going to tell you. Bethesda likes to sprinkle things hidden directly in plain sight.
Oh, I know. If it's what I'm thinking, then yeah, we'll talk. We'll talk. But
The wife was dropping off food.
I
I was like, hold on a second.
Food.
I was like, hold on a second.
Um,
It's things hidden in plain sight. It could be here. I'll give you a thought process. I did recently make a video about the junk jet because in a previous interview, John Rush said that he wanted a junk jet.
Love a junk jet. Love a junk jet.
So
much fun.
So that's the thing. John Rush, go listen. Homework if you're still here. Go listen to the tier interviews John Rush. TYR interviews John Rush. And just listen really closely to that interview, and you might figure it out. Though I can neither confirm nor deny that is
We have no idea.
the weapon. It's one of those that's in passing got said, and it makes me think that's the weapon. But I'm not going to tell you what I think the weapon is.
I think I know what the weapon is, just from they like to hide stuff in plain sight. They do riddles. Pay attention to some of the stuff that was released today, shown off today. Not only in his videos.
Oh,
whatever side he's on.
there is a new weapon variant, right? Did you catch did you catch the weapon variant today? Did you catch the weapon variant?
Was it posted in the graphic or was it in the videos?
It was in the videos. It was in my video and a bunch of other videos. It was in Ken's video. It's an
I did.
It's an Enclave Flamer.
It was red.
Well, crazy.
I did catch that.
And-
I did catch it. I was like, why is that red? Why is that different?
Listen to anybody that has the audio in there. You'll
Sounded
hear
different.
Well, so it's not just the audio that you'll hear, but you'll hear people coughing. Almost like there's a bit of biological warfare that has been found from those Abraxo.
We're getting way off topic. We need to end this.
That's just
I did catch that.
that's a theory. That's a theory that I have because
Well, that's
how
what I
else
was thinking.
how else will we?
Abracto or a gasified version of rust.
So that's my big theory is that Abraxodine was doing some chemical stuff and they dumped stuff into the water and that's why we have burning springs. The name is the reason Ohio looks the way that it does is because Abraxodine was doing chemicals. So this is another part of the video, by the way. Congrats if you're here at this point. Do you remember back in the late 2000s, there was a brush clear chemical called scorched earth? This was
Sounds familiar?
It was a product that you could spray on weeds, grass, brush, kudzu, whatever you wanted to spray it on. And it literally would scorch the earth of anything living. So if China, like in the video that Epic Nate made, where China was working on biological warfare, and that's why FEV originally got started to combat the Chinese on that, maybe Abraxo was working on something for the U.S. government, and maybe that stuff got dumped out into the environment. Because there is a note that I found by a lake that says the water can no longer be drunk because they have been dumping things in here. And there's a lot pointing to Corpo doing Corpo shit.
Now you really got me wanting to really look at. 'Cause I don't really pay attention to a lot of the notes and the terminals.
Dude, I am
Damn you!
Dude, I'm so excited to get in and do some note reading and some. Oh my god, I'm so excited to get in and do some note reading, some holotapes, and some terminals. I am so excited. I'm genuinely so excited for that. Dude, it's. Yeah. They're.
I noticed that. I noticed that weapon. I was like, why is that red?
Uh-huh.
Like, I was like, that is very odd. That's not normally red.
Because see, so
that's not the weapon I think it is, though. That obviously not. That there's another weapon that I really think it could potentially be, but
because look, we didn't even see that in our playtest. We didn't see that weapon, the Enclave. No, we did. So we had hands on. So the Rust King, we didn't get to meet the Rust King. We didn't get to we didn't get to.
Did you not go there?
No, all the story was done. All the locations were found, so we could just explore. We could do whatever we wanted to do. We could go anywhere.
Nobody thought to go there to just meet him.
We didn't know there's a person there. There was no in the videos you'll see meet the Rust King. You know, there was no hey, let's go here. Let's go do this. We were all trying to explore, read some terminals, try to get some lore for the video, try to learn what's going on. None of us knew about the new faction. We saw some Death Claws with armor. We saw some Rust people. We're like, oh, what's going on here? We didn't go talk to him. Didn't see him until they sent the B-roll assets with the trailer that the folks who watched the live stream. I was like, what? Oh my God.
Damn.
I should have gone to that place. I should have. I won't meet them when I go in. I want to get knocked out by that lady, and I want to.
I don't want to do. I don't want to do a lot of story, but I want to do enough story to where I go meet the Rust King.
That's the thing I hate about PTS. That's that thing I hate about being a content creator in a game that has a beta for players to test out features and to report bugs. Because I know my brain.
Don't play it, but I know how I am right now.
I know my brain.
I really want to play this because I'm like, play it.
Because here's the thing for me is I want to create content on stuff, but I don't. That's why in my video, I was trying not to spoil anything. Even though I knew there were certain things that I could say, but I didn't want to spoil certain things.
It's gonna be hard
Y'all,
as a content creator for this to
yeah,
have access to this and not spoil anything. People are gonna get upset because you spoiled this. Well, that's why you give a spoiler warning in the beginning. Like, hey, heads up,
I put
spoiler
it.
warning.
I
This
put
is
it.
your warning now.
I put it in the thumbnail. I put
Yeah.
a big spoiler like logo on there, and then within the first 10 seconds, I'm like, click off of this video now if you don't want a spoiler. I'm about to spoil
Yeah,
this for
and
myself and you, and that's all you can do as a content creator, because elsewise it's not do it at all. But
yeah,
I'm gonna go eat. I'm gonna go work on that video, and we're gonna go get our dailies done, and you're gonna do your homework like a good boy. But y'all, seriously, thank you so much for sticking with us on this rambly long video. And I know we said we try to keep it under 30 minutes, but congratulations. You're getting close to an hour of Caffeinated and Overclocked podcast, your weekly gaming news podcast. Thank you so much for coming out, hanging out with us on this wonderful, wonderful day. We'll see you next week,
everybody.
Teaser probably talking about Xbox raising their prices, but another day for that one.
But that's just a theory.
Yeah. Oh God, Jesus Christ! But y'all have a wonderful
Have a
day.
good one, everybody.
Peace out.